Hello and welcome to Zeta's survival run. Today's map is Aberfell and we're playing with a greatsword. This is one of the easiest maps to do survival run on, and the most challenging part is actually the first one, due to enemies spawning from different directions. So at the beginning there is a melee on the shore, but since our spawn is much closer than the enemies, the idea is just to endure some dueling with enemies, and only then just helping friendlies. Still, local superiority for the enemy. For some reason one enemy just ran away. So the idea here is just to finish off the remaining enemies, and then we will proceed to the objective. The first objective of this map actually involves carrying pigs and peasants to the ship, which is moored in the harbor. The reason why this map is the easiest one is because there's absolutely zero ballistas and catapults, so not even friendlies can team kill you that easily. Now we'll need to get rid of this straggler. Again, I'm very safe spot. As you see, two friendlies have spawned here and there are no enemies. So this is a good spot to fight, because enemy will be in disadvantage almost all the time. I see an archer on the roof. Hopefully I can get there. So it's pretty beneficial to know how you can get to the roof. There's quite different ways on different houses, but if you memorize, then you can get rid of those pesky archers. I saw the wave on the left is coming, so I'm just going into the opposite direction. And now I'll try to find another opening if there is a chance. So yeah, there is a melee. It's not simply straightforward. The enemy does not have complete superiority here. So one friendly in a bit of a trouble. Let's see if I can help. So one down. And there's one more, but now he's retreating. So it's okay. Even fainted, but for some reason it didn't work out. Anyway, he's not a bad player, but he's now has one less arm. So now he poses no challenge. Anyway, keep always on your toes about enemy spawn waves. I saw the enemy spawn wave, I let it pass and then go from behind. So I can see if there are any low-hanging fruits I can get. And there are none at the moment. I just need to return back to my friendlies. But now I'm also abusing third-person view. It doesn't work out always as I imagined. But no worries. There's jumping. I mean, don't do jump and overheads. If you do that, basically your overhead lands later than it should, due to you being away. And I also hit the enemy and turned around and block. So that always helps to secure your back. After hit, just turn around and block. Almost instinctively, especially if you know there are more enemies around. So now I'm replenishing the bandages and healing myself up. So far, objective is proceeding well. I haven't carried a single pig or the peasant, but I killed quite a few enemies. So this enemy was using the new weapon, the golden dag. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation. But anyway, I don't like this weapon. It's too slow. It has all the cons of them all and none of the benefits. So it hits okay, I guess. Its Q does 90 damage, I think. So it's also not bad, but it's hard to land. So I don't like it. Too slow. Too slow. And not one shot. I mean, with Maul you can one shot a knight with a Q. With this one you can't. So yeah. Golden Dag probably will be, hopefully will be fixed later on, because at the moment it just doesn't pack the punch it needs to be viable. At least for me. Again, I'm not proficient with all the weapons, but with greatsword I definitely am. So it's really quite easy for me to duel with greatsword. I mean, that's my favorite weapon, and I use it almost all the time. Well, if I want to do some difficult survival challenge like free for all or kill only archers and stuff. Some melee here with a shield. So I find it really a bit harder to fight against people with shields, because it's harder to drain their stamina due to shield actually blocking most of the hits. And that's its primary purpose, to soak up the damage and transfer into shield damage instead of stamina. That's why shields are up. Yeah, they're OP. I don't particularly like to use them because I usually go with two-hander. But whenever somebody asks for survival run with one-handed weapon, having shield really is great, especially if you do with one-handed spear. So shield is a must. Even if you don't use shield in your offhand, you can put it on your back and it will still block arrows. I'm not sure about ballista bolts. Definitely it blocks if you carry it in the offhand. You don't need necessarily to brace it. But not sure if back as well. I mean, if ballista is shooting you in the back, you're doing something wrong, right? So yeah. Now again some stragglers, the objective has moved, so now the enemy should ideally go to the next objective. The next objective means blowing up the tower. It's quite hard to defend, but I saw and I actually also ran some survival runs where I defended this particular objective, the tower. So there are 2 kegs of powder on each side of the tower, and we just need to go there and lift them up. Rarely I see an enemy team defending here, but it sometimes happens. So I'm going left to right along the whole front line and propping up our chances, sort of getting rid of the enemies, so friendlies can proceed to the objective. And in the same way I'm also able to score quite a few kills. Good player, actually saw through my feints as well. But he still dies. So yeah, so what about the greatsword? Why I like it so much? Basically, I'm pretty sure that I can kill archer with one hit with special attack, and I also can kill most of the time with heavy overhead. So it does 90 damage. So if you hit somewhere else except feet, you'll be able to kill an archer with one hit. So if I imagine go and sneak around and find 3 archers, usually it takes around 3 to 4 hits to get rid of all of them. So it's really good, it's quick. Any other weapon just doesn't do so well against archers. Also against knights it's not too bad. I mean 2 hits, not 2 hits, but well, maybe 2 heavy hits will get rid of the knight as well. I see enemy here, so I just basically just try to hide under the bush, behind the bush, and it worked. Enemy has short range, but he always goes around back. He's playing an ambusher class, so his 1 Q special attack into the back would kill me instantaneously. So I need to pay attention at him all the time, because that's a 1-hit kill weapon, a dagger. I hope he has a dagger, not sure, but that's the best one, at least I like it most for ambusher class. Oh nice, that guy fainted, but I fainted my parry as well. As you can see, we're progressing the objective and we'll soon move to the 3rd one. So the 3rd objective is actually capturing the square in the front where the flag is. It's possible to defend. I have seen probably most most of the defensive runs end here, due to defending team able to basically outdamage enemy in this particular square. But it takes time, and also some good players on the team is a must. But it is possible, so this is probably, I think, the easiest to defend in this map for defenders. There's also one problem here. If you play as a defender with a pan and fried chicken, for example, you cannot go back to the next objective because there's a wall of stones erected between 3rd and 4th objective. So for this reason I don't really like to play defensive here, at least not with the trolling weapons such as fishes and so on. For offense it's okay, but for defense it's not. Our guy tried to replenish his health in the open battle and he died. Now I help the archers also. Yeah, so it's always about, you know, going around the battlefield and actually propping up friendly lines as much as I can, because if I get rid of enemy next to the friendly line, then I can proceed further to the objective. And if I go alone to objective when friendlies are, you know, fighting the enemies next to our spawn, then I'll be killed by really a lot of enemies at the same time. I mean, there's no need to be Rambo, it's actually a team play. So I help my team, and then team comes and helps me to capture objective. So far it's working well. We have 4 minutes left and for this objective, and we're already halfway through. So it's going well. I don't think defenders will be able to defend this spot. Some archers and also very bloody enemy. Gives me 2 easy kills. And I'm a bit low, so now a heavy swing would take me out. You need to be careful. Defend more when you are low HP. And now I'll look somewhere to heal up, because it's a must in survival runs to always keep check on your stamina and health. There are quite a few edible items here as well on this map, but in this particular stage they're closer to enemy spawn, next to that shack where the enemy healing flag is erected. Also there is a pan as well, so if you lost pan on the first objective or second, you can pick it up. The pan is located on the table. Pan is okay, but I find that actually ambush is the best class to use trolling weapons, and the reason is there are no knocks, so you immediately insta-kill, no knocks. So this actually helps, because usually trolling weapons have very low damage comparatively. Not all of them, but usually. Except maybe the maul, the wooden maul. It's a trolling weapon, it disappears, but it's very slow. So yeah, use ambush if you want to do trolling runs, like with a piece of wood, you know, fish, or something else. And now clearing through the leftovers, so we can proceed to another objective. Again, it helps when you swing around, when you do overheads, so you hit less friendlies. So this is a location where there is a pan. I'll double check. Yeah, it is still on the table, you can see. Yeah, the pan is on the table. And there are plenty of edibles here as well. So, good. We'll proceed to the next objective. The next objective involves us actually pushing the big stone pillars. If I go there and push it, usually I can be damaged by enemy archers and so on. So my job is actually to get rid of enemies as much as I can. So no pushing points for me, unfortunately. At least I don't usually do it. I just secure the perimeter so others can get more points. But I'm doing pretty well score-wise. I mean, I'm first. I'm pretty sure so far it's going pretty well regarding kill count. So usually the first the first pillar to go down is on the right side. But I'm going on the left again, just propping the defenses, ensuring that our line can proceed forward. So yeah, pretty careful, need to be here, because once friendlies push those pillars and you are standing next to it, on the side that is push at, you'll die. There's also one more insta-kill item here, and that's the Great Beast. I'm not really sure what's the name of it, but it's from the TV comedy Monty Python. So the big deadly hare that actually gets out and kills one person. It's funny. But I will not try my luck there, because that will end survival round 2. So not only I have to fight against enemies, I also have to fight against that beast. But the most easiest way is just to avoid it. I tried to do a swing and it did not land, but I immediately dashed back, so that way I can get better location and enemy cannot hit me. If I would be low on stamina, I would not be able to do such trick, and I might get hit. So yeah, keep an eye on stamina. It's very important. As important, if not more important than health. Just one hit and then returning back, because the line is not there. And now let's see if I can lower the number of enemies here. Enemy Albert overhead didn't land, so that was very beneficial for me. Was able to get him. and also many others. Yeah, so map is progressing okay. We already got one pillar down. There's 6 more minutes. 5 more minutes and a bit. But once we get the pillars down, I'm not really sure. Do we get an increased counter like 30 seconds? We'll see. Anyway, this map is quite easy. You see, I've just hide behind the ridges if I'm down or on health. And I can replenish my health and stamina. So use those ridges because there's plenty of enemy archers. And they usually try to shoot at people that are bloody or knocked and so on, so they can secure the kill. That's what they do, the archers. I want to single one enemy. I saw there are 2 more, so I'll just escape because I know if they would turn around I have a problem. But now here we are 4 against 1, pretty easy, and now they can return back. So this enemy was holding 3 friendlies. Now they can proceed forward. I can't yet because I'm low on health and waiting for health to replenish. So I go around and I'll engage from different location. And I see an archer. Back to the spawn point you go. Yeah, take if you can. I mean, if situation allows, archer is very easy kill for you. Especially if he doesn't see you, and you do have a weapon that's actually quick or does really good damage from 1 hit, like this weapon. So prioritize that because you will get 1 kill, and also your friendlies will be grateful for you getting rid of this archer. So yeah, I'm now being a bit chatted in the chat. Some people say that I'm using a bow, which is an insult due to having no kills. And you have seen the great beast has killed somebody. So this is a cave. Try to not go there because you'll die from 1 hit if it was not activated before. I see 4 enemies here. It's a bit hairy moment. I just returned back. And there was friendly there that actually helped to take all the attention. And I was able to retreat and heal up. So now with full health I can proceed forward. It's going well. 3 minutes, 3 stones left. Pretty good. Some jumping ambusher. And we have superiority here. Unfortunately I was not able to land overhead. Sometimes in bigger weapons next to obstacles are not very good. You have an option to use a shorter weapon, but I don't do it. I just try to power through. There are 4 enemies coming this way, so I don't want to engage alone. And now I can help. 1 charging attack, enemy is dead. Some Dane axe I think was thrown. Not at me, but I still try to block, just in case. And now 3 against 1, should be quite easy. Enemy actually moves well. Always tries to keep behind, sort of only 1 person can attack at one time. But there was an archer that secured the kill from our side. Enemy has superiority here, so I go back. I don't feel confident fighting here, losing battle. I still get rid of 1 enemy and return back. It's not fair, I left my friendlies, but I am on a mission to survive here, not to kill as many enemies at the moment. Enemy is pretty low on stamina, judging by all the blocks he did. This same person I met on during the first few minutes of the game. Yeah, he's good, but he was completely out of position. And that does not help when you want to survive or get additional kills. See, now that person tries to chat me up that I cannot do solo and I cannot do competitive. Whatever, people spew a lot of garbage and try to put you off balance due to simply jealousy. But it's okay for me. I mean, there's so much stuff being spewed into Chivalry chat. So people accusing of you being unchivalrous is the least of my concern compared to all the racist and sexist and other remarks. Trust me, this is the smallest thing that offends people, and it doesn't offend me anyway. It's okay, haters gonna hate, and the jealous people are gonna be jealous. It's okay, it's their right. They do not watch my videos, do not take my advices how to survive. That's a problem, right? They could, but instead of asking how do you survive, they're actually accusing me of being unchivalrous and other stuff. I mean, I do during server runs revive friendlies and also help them as much as I can, so nobody can say that I'm completely unchivalrous. But it's okay. That person definitely probably a bit overjealous due to his score being not as good. Yeah, he accuses me of not doing hit and runs again. So what do you mean? I mean, this is the game of hit and run. So what, I need to stand there until you deliver a hit back and not move at all? Yeah, just a bit pathetic, actually. I mean, he said a couple of remarks, but now it just becomes a bit pathetic. So yeah, still powering through the hordes of enemies and helping ensure that enemy is down. Yep, so the last objective is now... we need to take the last objective of the map. It's quite straightforward. There are, I think, 5 to 7 heretics, or chieftains. So they're sort of like hero class, but demi-hero. So not like a hero Thorn or Malric or whatnot. So they're a bit not as good. They have significantly less health pool, but definitely higher than the monks in the Galencourt. So yeah, they're not too hard to take care of, and defending team usually does not defend here. If it comes to this stage, it's rarely they defend. And the reason is that the heretics did not have the freedom of movement. Once they go back behind the stones next to their spawn, it's out of bounds for them. And they start receiving a tick, like 20-second tick, and that they need to return back to the map or else they will be killed. So for this reason it's really hard to defend, and even the health flags and so on does not help much, especially against a competent team. So yeah, fighting information, got rid of additional enemy. And it's good that there is flag here, so I don't need to return. There is one problem here with survival runs, is that ammo crate is really far away. It is possible to take it, but it's really far away. There are some ammo barrels, but you can only get the like throwing stuff, like the mallets I have in my third slot. I can take those, but I cannot take health. So far I'm not engaging too much with heretics, just ensuring that I can assist friendlies. Pretty decent enemy. And I'm almost taken by surprise by the enemy from the back. He used Q, so special attack, and I see one ambusher going behind our lines, and probably he'll try to target somebody. Just want to remind you that he can one-shot me with a dagger, so I'd rather return back and actually face him as a man, because I don't want to be one-shotted, especially when I worked so hard. So playing a little bit more careful on the last stage, and yes, he did. You see, he tried to one-shot me, and there was some animation glitch, but I still blocked, and there you go. He has nothing on me, and you see, on a straight-up fight he's not very good. I mean, that's the point with ambush, especially with dagger and shorter weapons. Yeah, they're not very good at dueling. They do really good damage, but only if you they don't take any damage. Because 100 weapons, they have low. I mean, the stamina is much low when you're defending with a 100 weapon. I mean, it gets away much quicker if you're blocking, not countering and so on. And the same ambusher here died again. I really love the new voice guy here that actually laughs. Really funny. So I like it. Yeah, the voiceovers are actually good in Chivalry. Yeah, it's much better than they were on Chivalry Run. So good job, devs. A lot of people. Again, I blocked and was able to block the heavy hit. 60 kills on my side, and I enjoyed this game immensely. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.